Up, guys? This is Captain E3E once again with another aviation video. This time on the Douglas A26 Invader. The A26 Invader was a twin-engine, medium-range bomber that served the U.S. Army Air Force during World War II and would serve the U.S. Air Force during the Korean War and the Vietnam War, before the aircraft was finally withdrawn from the Vietnam War, and it was only used in the incident in Honduras and in French Algiers, and after that, that was it. The A26 made its first flight in 1942, with delivery set for 1943. It was meant to replace the Douglas A-20 Havoc. The Havoc was a twin-engine medium-range bomber that had a crew of 3, and basically on the two basic variants of the Invader, 2 pilots, a bombardier, and a gunner. That's it. That's all there was to the A26 Invader. The A26 had a maximum speed just around about 400 miles per hour, and was the first the first bomber to shoot down a V-1 buzz bomb in 1943. And actually, it was, let me correct myself on that, it was the first bomber to shoot down a jet, the Messerschmitt Me-262, in one sortie in 1943. But the aircraft took way too much punishment from anti-aircraft fire, and a number of A-26s were going down from 1943 into 1944. And then by 1945, as the war was coming to the end, the A-26 Invader was being withdrawn from service at the end of World War II in October of 1945. But as the U.S. Air Force had restructured itself in November of 1947, breaking away from the U.S. Army to become the U.S. Air Force. And the A-26 was the first aircraft to serve with a strike unit based at England Air Force Base in Florida and Duke Field in Florida as well. The A-26 basic variants were the A model, B, and C. The RB was the full reconnaissance variant of the A-26, and a night fighter version of the Invader until after the Korean War, and then the Bay of Pigs happened in 1961, as American-built A-26s were to serve the rebels fighting Fidel Castro in 1961. But the Bay of Pigs had turned out to be a failure, and it would cost John F. Kennedy his life. And 3 years later, he was assassinated in Dallas, Texas on November 22nd, 1963. He became the youngest president ever to be assassinated in office. The A-26, however, was